believe me, if Donald Trump is president again, at some point or another, that ugliness will touch all of our lives. And it will not matter what you look like, how you worship, who you love, or how you vote. If you don't make 6 or 8 or 12 figures, if you're not famous, if you criticize or disagree with him in any way, if he doesn't view you as his equal or relevant to his ambitions, I promise you, he will not think about you when he gets into the Oval Office. I hope you'll forgive me if I'm a little frustrated that some of us are choosing to ignore Donald Trump's gross incompetence while asking Kamala to dazzle us at every turn. I hope that you'll forgive me if I'm a little angry that we are indifferent to his erratic behavior, his obvious mental decline, his history as a convicted felon, a known slumlord, a predator found liable for sexual abuse, all of this while we pick apart Kamala's answers from interviews that he doesn't even have the courage to do, y'all. Now, unfortunately, we know what comes next. We know folks are going to do everything they can to distort her truth. My husband and I sadly know a little something about this. For years, Donald Trump did everything in his power to try to make people fear us. See, his limited, narrow view of the world made him feel threatened by the existence of 2 hard-working, highly educated, successful people who happen to be Black.
Hey YouTube, so this is my Michelle Obama appreciation video. I was watching clips of Michelle Obama. I am hugely inspired by her. I love her so much. I think that she's like the best part of this country. I'm just sitting here thinking about everything that's going on with the Trump administration, with so many people being upset and frustrated and scared about the legislation that's being put in place, the executive orders. I'm thinking about how the election went, people who were saying that they couldn't vote for Kamala because she wasn't the most articulate or because she wasn't Black or for all of these different reasons. And now I'm looking back at clips of Michelle Obama talking about the unfair treatment of Kamala and how the standards were different, and Donald Trump was probably one of the worst candidates ever, and people held him to a different standard than they held Kamala to. We scrutinized, well, I didn't, but people scrutinized every single thing that Kamala did, and Trump gets a pass for everything. And now people, even his supporters, more so his supporters, because people who didn't support him already kind of knew what was going to happen because we paid attention to first administration. And so his supporters, like, saying that they regret their vote, and people being up in arms, and now that it's all of this marching and advocating and people are protesting and people feeling like they're so enraged and all of these things. And I'm like, Michelle Obama and a lot of people warned you guys of this, but this country hates Black women so much. You were willing to endure what you're enduring just so a Black woman couldn't be in that office. So I was watching these clips and I'm like, look at, first of all, how powerful she was in speaking and speaking truth to power, telling the truth, being transparent, being honest about the ills of this country. We live in a great country. We do. We live in a great country, but this country has ills, and there's a lot of things that needs to be fixed in this country. But I'm looking at Michelle and these speeches, and I'm like, she tried to warn America. She often tried to warn America. And America still decided to vote for Donald Trump and put him in office, and now people are regretting their vote, and they're all in, like, up in arms. And I'm like, this could have been avoided if we get over the ills of this country. And here's the thing too, in order to heal from something, you have to first acknowledge it. So people refuses to acknowledge that there's different standards based on your identities in this country. Their racism is very alive and well. Sexism, classism, all of these things. And until people are completely transparent and come to terms with those things are in existence, they're true, they're ills that we need to fight, we're gonna stay in this space. Because every time now during the last Trump administration, I was like up in arms and angry and whatever. I've already decided I am not gonna do that this time, and so I'm fine. I see all the FAFO stuff. I see all the videos of people being scared and people being stressed and worried, and I'm not because. If I'm being extremely honest, I feel two ways about this. The first way I feel, my first perspective is, I'm a black woman in America. What more can they do to me? Yeah, people say it can get a lot worse. I understand. But I've learned how to deal with, endure, and live through very difficult times. I don't want to revisit. I don't want to go back there, but I'm going to be okay because I'm built for it, because I've already experienced it. The second way I feel, and this is not anything that I'm even proud to say, especially publicly, but the second way I feel is like, well, we told you, so now deal with it, endure it. All the pain, all the trauma, whatever's going to come with this administration, people voted for it, so they deserve it and they need to deal with it. Because once you experience or see what it's like to be marginalized, to be antagonized, to be traumatized, once you feel it, this is the thing, and I wasn't even planning on talking about this, but this is the thing about racism. People can deny it because they haven't experienced it. Being in a marginalized group, it's an experience. Being black is an experience, and people who are white, they don't understand. Sometimes I don't even necessarily blame them, because it's very difficult to get someone to understand your everyday existence, what you actually go through when you go inside of a store and you're followed, or when you're being pulled over by a police officer and you're afraid you're going to lose your life. It's difficult for people to get that if they are not black or brown, because they're not experiencing it. So it's almost like it's a reality they don't have to endure, or they don't have to live through. So to them, it's probably very difficult to wrap their mind around, because it's not their reality. But that conversation can go long, far, and deep. So that wasn't what I was planning on talking about. It just popped in my head. But I was just watching clips of Michelle Obama, and I'm like, this beautiful, extraordinary, intelligent, accomplished, successful woman tried to warn this country. And this country refuses to listen to women, period, black women in particular. And now this is what we have to endure. I just seen like a news clip, and I didn't read the article, so I'm not going to make a video about it as of yet. But I seen something about Donald Trump is now going after Medicaid. And I'm like, you guys were warned. You guys were warned. And so I can make an hour-long video about Michelle Obama, but I'm not going to. But I was just watching clips, and I'm like, this woman tried to warn us. I mean, I'm a part of the 92%, but I'm like, this woman tried to warn this country. And because black women are not valued in this country, people just decided not to listen. And now every day there's something. Donald Trump fired this person, this 4-star general, whomever, or he's going after Medicare. Like every day. It's only been, what is today, February 22nd? It hasn't been 2 months. It's just made a month. January 20th was a month ago. I'm thinking like, shit, it's at least 2 months. It's just made a month, bruh. We got to go through this for 4 more years. And America was warned. And so here we are. But yeah, this is my Michelle Obama appreciation. I wasn't going to go into all of her. I mean, you guys know. Extremely successful, very educated, powerful. She's her. In every aspect of the word, she's her. But I wasn't going to talk about her credentials and all that she's experienced. This wasn't going to be like a biopic or something. I just was watching clips of her speeches. And I'm like, every time I watch her, it's like I get chills. It's like she's that, you know, I just love her so much. So every time I watch her, I get chills. But I was just watching her speeches like she tried to tell us. She tried to tell us. But now we're here, and this is what we got to deal with. It is what it is. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.